I am not a celebrity. Not even close. But there are people who like my writing and speaking, and sometimes I get to meet them, which is awesome. At an airport, a woman came up to me, and what she meant to say was, I know your blog, and I really like it. And I know that because that's what she emailed me later. But in the airport, what she said was, I know who you are. And then she realized how it sounded, freaked out, and basically ran away before I could say anything. Which is a shame because if I could have said anything, I would have said, holy crap, thank you, because no one ever recognizes me in an airport. And also, please don't be embarrassed because I have done far more awkward things with people I admire. There is a voice in my head when I meet these people that says, be cool, be cool. But I am completely unable to get that done. At a conference once, I saw a fat activist who was a hero of mine across the room, and I wanted to meet her, but I know me, so I said to myself, stop, think about what you're going to say, practice that. Okay, go. So I charged across the room before I lost my nerve, and just as I got to her, she turned around, made eye contact, smiled, and said, oh, you're Ragen Chastain. You write Dances with Fat. And I said, and then I didn't say anything else. My blog was pretty new, and if you had given me a million guesses as to what would happen when I got there, that she would know me would not have been one of them. We're really good friends now, and I know that she keeps up with all of the activists and is amazing, and we laugh about it now, but it was pretty embarrassing at the time. Then there was the actor and filmmaker. A screenwriter has written a screenplay about my time as a fat ballroom dancer, and this actor and filmmaker was interested in possibly making the film. So we had a get to know you lunch. Now, he is an actor in one of my favorite television shows of all time. But I was trying to be cool, and the lunch went okay until they brought the check, at which point the strain of trying to act like a normal human person and deal with the check became too much for me, and I botched the tip. Now, this is a huge deal to me. Tipping your server well is a hill I will die on. I have been in public arguments with people much more famous than me about this. And so he noticed and suddenly said, well, what's 20% of the total? And mortified doesn't begin to cover it. Now, I'm glad he noticed because I'd rather be mortified than under tip. But still, not good. Again, we're friends now, but don't think that every time I go out to lunch with him, I don't triple check the tip before we leave. The last one was a famous comic who was working on a show and wanted some input from fat activists, and so was going to be in Los Angeles, so we set up a meeting at a lovely hotel. I got there early, grabbed an iced tea, she came, we had an amazing meeting, it lasted a couple hours. At the end we hugged, I went home. I was in my car driving home trying to think about any, embarrassing things I might have said, and it hit me. I had not paid for my iced tea. I literally walked my tab, which I have never done before in my life. I took the next exit, pulled the car over, called the hotel's restaurant and bar, explained the situation and the comic I was with and said, I'll give you my credit card over the phone. I'll come back. Like, what do you need me to do? And the person thought it was funny, but also seemed at least genuinely grateful that I had called back, but then said, oh, don't worry about it. The comic took care of everything. The phrase bad to worse comes to mind. So I got home, emailed and said, I'm so sorry, and the next one's on me. And she thought it was really funny, which, making a famous comic laugh, I guess, is good regardless of how you do it. But still, not my finest moment. So whenever anybody asks, what famous person would you most like to meet? What I hear is, what person you admire would you like to make an absolute fool of yourself in front of? Luckily, I'm used to it, so it doesn't change my answers. Let's get awkward, awesome people. That is it for today. I hope you got some laughs from my pain, and I hope you're doing okay wherever you are. For more comedy, you can find me at funnyfatgirl.com. Bye.